This is my model railroad, the Macaro siding. It's an N-scale layout, and we're continuing on just me building my layout step by step and showing you how I do it. Now, we've moved away from the quarry, which is back over there. It's almost finished. There's just a few little details to go in, and nothing's been ballasted in there, so we're just going to leave that alone for now. I'm probably going to bite the bullet one time and do all of this area back in here at once. But tracks are in place. They are pinned down right now with T-pins. They are soldered at every joint, and in some places they're not soldered. So right here we got a turnout. It's not soldered yet because I want to solder these two together here and then put in the bridges that I'm going to use. But I'm just going to give you a quick look, a wide shot here. Okay, so what we've got is we've got obviously the quarry here. And then we've got a highway that goes out this way. And it goes back in that direction. Over here, we have my paper mill. Now the paper mill is two walters kits, and everything else is scratch built or 3D printed. And I'm going to save that to be just a video series on its own. The track is not laid. It is in. It's over on one of my workbenches. It's soldered together. But I have to still play around with things here, so it's not quite ready for us to start a series of videos. So what we're going to do is we're going to work our way down this way, and along the back is going to be the yard, and that will be probably the next major project, is putting the yard together. And I've got an idea in my head of what I've got to do. I've got some photographs and track plans that I'm going to work on, so we'll see how it goes. But now we're going to get busy with this little section of highway, and over the course of maybe a week, 2 weeks, we'll just do all of the scenery work in this area. Now I want to show you something else here. I'm just going to go to... All right. So we've been working on the water experiment over on my other workbench there, the main workbench where I usually shoot videos from. This is where that water is going to go, right here. And there are two bridges, both 3D printed. There is a road bridge that goes in here. And again, as I said, this is a 3D printed bridge. It fits right there on the highway, as you can see. And then I have a double line track. Let me see if I can just, we'll move the camera. And there you can see both of them. And then the tracks go out this way, and the town that is going to be part of this layout is going to be here, along here. And again, it's going to be kits and scratch built and 3D printed. But I think I want to do the yard first, because this way we can get most of the track in and running. And then it's all scenery after that, and of course ballasting and little odds and ends and putting in turnout motors and that kind of stuff. So anyway, what we're going to do today is work on this section right here. Now what's happening here is this is supposed to be Highway 17. Which runs between Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury. And of course, down here, this is the entrance to the quarry. And I wanted the road surface here to be different than the road surface in the quarry one. So what we're going to do is we're going to put grout down to make the asphalt. Now I don't know if you're like me when you're model railroading, but when I'm out and looking around, driving around or looking, I'm always thinking, oh geez, I gotta remember how that looks like. I gotta remember that color. So I went out and bought, I bought another bag of grout, and we're going to get started right away. Now this is a fairly simple thing to do. I've got a bottle here with PVA and water, which I'm going to put in a little bowl. And I went to my very special hobby supply store today, the dollar store, of course, and I picked up some brushes. Picked up a real big one, but I think that's going to be overkill for this. It'll be okay on this section here, but it's not going to be very good for this. So what I'm going to do is I mixed up a quarter cup of the new grout and 1 teaspoon of older, slightly darker grout, because I think it needs to be a little bit darker than the actual grout color is that comes right out the bag. So again, this is a very simple project, and it's not going to be a long video. It's going to be putting grout here, and that's it. We're not going to try and extend it any further. So I'm just going to get some glue on this brush, and you know what? I did it again. Oh, it's not far away. I can go and get it when I need it. Forgot my icicle block off. Alright. Putting it on fairly heavily. Now yesterday I glued this cork down, and then I cut an angle on it to give it a shoulder for the highway. And then I put plaster on that shoulder, so because I didn't think you'd want to see plaster drying. So here we go. I'm just gonna sprinkle this on. As I was, I always forget one thing, and I can see 2 bottles of it right from where I'm standing, but I will go and get it in a minute. You can see it's not that difficult to do. I mean, really, just put the glue down and then cover it with grout. But I like using grout instead of paint. It does give it a texture that you don't get with paint. I do have a paint called asphalt and a paint called concrete, but they are so thick and hard to work with that I don't use them very much. So here we go again. Whoops, run out. Okay. Let's put a little bit more in there. The grout's not particularly cheap. I think these bags cost me like $40. But there's enough grout in these bags that I could build 6 layouts. Because it goes a long, long way. Now I'm just going to duck under here for a second. And I'm going to run and grab my bottle of bicycle block hole. What was I thinking about doing right here? Oh yeah, I know what it is. Down again. Okay, just give me a sec. I know I want to do this. So, back in a flash. Whoa. probably going to take 2 coats of this, but we're not going to keep you around here for 2 coats. Let's just see if we can get a little bit more glue on this and see what it is. Spill that right now. I'll take the bridge out of the way. Both bridges actually. Come on. There we go. Let's get that. Okay. The other thing that grout does, it does away with any joint lines that you get when you're like when I put these pieces of cork together. But I want to just do one continuous stroke all the way along here. And there we go. Now we're going to let that dry. And while that's drying, we're going to do the other side here, where the it goes into the quarry. So now this we're going to use a much darker grout. I'm going to use the darkest grout I've got here. And where did I put that little? Oh, there you go, your little thing. That up a bit. And again, we're just going to load this little shaker up. I'm going to load it a little bit more than I did the last time, so we don't have to stop halfway through here. And there we go. So this area that we're working on over here there's a stream. I got to put a culvert in over here next to the wood that surrounds the layout. And then it's going to run down and run a little waterfall and go into this stream here. A river there. So here we go. One more time. Mad Podge. Oh no, this is PVA. So. Thinner this time. There we go. Oh, jeez. All right. I just broke something here. They were me to do that. Anyway, it's not a big deal. Can we glue together real quick? Okay, right. Brush over there. Okay, just about finished here. And some places where it's a little thin. So what I'm going to do is put gravel on the shoulders to give it a more realistic effect. And once the grout is set up, I think I should be able to paint lines and stuff, but we'll see. It's always an experiment with me. So, there we are. Now we're going to leave this set. I'm not going to vacuum this one. I'm going to leave that because I know I've done it right. I wasn't sure about the first time over here. And like I say, everything I do on this layout is an experiment. So we're going to lots of times, and I think you should get used to it when you're doing things like this, is right now I'm not really happy with this. But there's no point being upset about it, and there's no point in actually being unhappy with it. It's going to dry. If it doesn't work, I'll rip it out and do it again. Also, I've got all the other scenery to go around this, so just a strip of gray grout and a strip of black grout. I mean, I don't know why I should be upset that I don't like it. I like the one that's going into the mine itself. The highway, we'll see. I might do a second coat with the powder again. I know the formula I mixed up, so we'll see. So I'm gonna call it quits there. We're gonna let all of this set up. I'll maybe give you a shot of it with camera 5 just so you can see. So there you can see it as it comes to the bridges. And let's go back. And then of course this is the long shot, which you really can't see much about. And I do have one other shot that I can show you. Six. And there it is, right dead on. It's that 6 right there. So we'll let this all set up. I'll vacuum up some of it, but you don't want to listen to a vacuum cleaner. And next week we'll continue on and getting all of this done. We'll get the stream done. We'll get the rock formation over here done, and the grass in, and the trees in, and bushes and shrubs and all that stuff. And that'll get us right to where the bridge is right here. And that means then I will probably is that glued down? I think it is. And I'll get the cork on both sides of the railway bridge done, and next week we probably will do that. We're just finishing the scenery here, and the week after we'll do the water here. I've got to play around with it. I've got to put some of my own sculptable in here and stuff. But that's it for today. I want to thank you for watching. I know it shouldn't have been a long video, but you never know. I talk too much. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Take care of yourself, take care of your family and friends and family, and I'll see you next week.